Thank you so much. I have a question back here.
Hi.
Well, you had a whole question.
Do you want to answer your
Oh, the zinc fingers.
Let's
Sorry.
hear your question first.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm a research tech in Dr. Keene's lab, and I work with Chris Peterson and Kevin Hayworth. I've heard it said, Dr. Baltimore, that you've mentioned that you don't see vaccines being the cure, and I'm interested to know specifically why. Obviously, I work in the same field as you, so I'm kind of playing devil's advocate, but I'm interested to hear the specifics.
Well, I remember when the Secretary of HEW, what we now call HHS, the health agency of the federal government, got up at a press conference and announced that we have discovered that that AIDS is caused by a virus. It wasn't called HIV then, but that's beside the point. And she said, now we know it's a virus, we'll have a vaccine for it in 2 years. That was 1984. In 1986, I had the responsibility of heading a panel for the National Academy of Sciences to look at the research effort in the United States against HIV. And one of the things we focused on was a vaccine. And we realized that not only had there been no progress in that time, but that everything we were learning about the virus said that the standard ways of making a vaccine weren't going to work. And the standard ways, and we said that in our report, and we were right. The standard ways of making a vaccine, which worked for polio and mumps and measles and chickenpox and smallpox and you name it, don't work for HIV. It's a very, very special virus. And it's a special virus because it grows in the immune system and therefore decimates the immune system. And so you can't actually respond to it in the appropriate way. There are other reasons why it's very difficult. Difficult is not impossible. And I have never said that I didn't think that it was impossible to make a vaccine, because as I said earlier, I'll never say anything is impossible.
But gene therapy there's a better hope for gene therapy.
We have found a way using a procedure we call VIP, which I will give a lecture about tomorrow. I can give a mini lecture anytime you tickle me in the right way.
Don't ask, Derek can give you a mini lecture. You'll get one.
But come tomorrow.
And it'll be good.
I'll describe what we've been doing to bring on board in people who are not infected, but I must say it's all in animals right now. Bring on in animals who are not infected a very high level of antibody that can protect them against transmission of HIV. So instead of a vaccine, which is a way of getting your own immune system to make antibodies to protect you, we're giving the antibodies in a gene therapy vectored form to mice. Humanized mice have been our major investigative tool, but we've also done this in monkeys. And we're starting clinical trials in humans within the next year. So I think that's a fast, cheap, very effective way of protecting people, which is not a vaccine, but will do what a vaccine does. Now, there was nothing I would like to see more than the enormous progress that's being made today in the understanding of antibodies against HIV be turned around and be the reason we can make a vaccine. And maybe that will happen. And maybe we'll actually make a T-cell vaccine someday. But we're far away from that. The one thing I have said continually since 1986 is that we're at least 10 years away from a vaccine. And I haven't changed my tune.
Okay.